Let's continue with what is arguably the day's top story, and that, of course, day 2 of jury selection in former President Donald Trump's hush money payments trial. We want to go out now. They're live to Lower Manhattan. We've been relying on so many of our reporters standing by down there, including this one, of course, our friend Kailey Schuyler. She joins me. Kailey, thanks for being with us. All right, day 2 of jury selection is over. 7 jurors seated. That happened quite rapidly, did it not?
It did happen pretty rapidly. You know, at first it kind of seemed like we were going to be set for the day with 6 jurors seated. Then, you know, the judge swore in another 96 potential jurors, and all of a sudden we had a 7th. And it did happen pretty quickly. And then now, of course, court has ended for the day. But overall, it's been a much quieter day here in Lower Manhattan. You know, yesterday we had protesters kind of flooding the park right across the street from the courthouse. And other than that, Media Row still has been pretty busy today. It was a little bit quieter on that side as well, but you know, we were able to talk with some people here on the ground today, and I spoke with one woman who was excused from the jury pool today because of her work schedule, and she said she was actually surprised at the potential juror selection.
It actually seemed pretty even. Surprisingly, I thought because this is Manhattan, it might be a little bit more liberal.
Judge Juan Merchan was questioning jurors throughout the day, determining whether they could be unbiased. And there was a tense moment in court today after a potential juror was questioned about a video on social media. Judge Merchan said he heard Trump making comments out loud, and the judge then warning Trump he will, quote, not have any jurors intimidated in this courtroom. Trump says this trial is making it hard to campaign for the upcoming election and that he's innocent.
Paying a lawyer and marked it down as a legal expense. Some accountant, but I didn't know, marked it down as a legal expense. That's exactly what it was. And you get indicted over that? I should be right now in Pennsylvania, in Florida, in many other states, North Carolina, Georgia, campaigning.
And that one juror, the juror that was excused that you just heard from, was kind of talking about a little bit what she saw inside of court today. And she said at some points Trump was closing his eyes. Some people were saying that he might have been falling asleep, but she said that didn't really seem like the case. She said it seemed like at some moments he was just closing his eyes, taking in everything that was happening. But things could be moving quicker than expected because the court is preparing for opening statements next Monday. Andrew?
You know, Kailey, I wanted to ask, too, you spoke to that juror that was dismissed. Was there relief kind of in her answers to you that she didn't have to be a part of this because it's such a spectacle?
She actually didn't seem too relieved. She said she actually thought she could have remained unbiased, but she said she works in cybersecurity. She's 29, and she said she really just couldn't take off of work that long. But she said really an overall sense from the jury pool so far, she said a lot of people realize that this is a historical event and this is their duty to remain unbiased. So she said a lot of people seem like they're trying as hard as they can to kind of stay away from some of the things that they already know about this case since it's so big. But she really didn't seem too relieved. She actually honestly seemed maybe a little bit upset. She seemed like she kind of wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, there are questions, obviously, of impartiality, but logistical concerns as well with each of these prospective jurors. Last question. It seemed like there was a special guest outside of the courthouse today. I was following the pool notes, and it seems like New York City Mayor Eric Adams stopped by, at least outside. Did you see him? If you did, what did he say? What was his message?
So, unfortunately, I did not see him. I was actually on the other side of the block. But really what he talked about was security mostly and making sure that everyone is safe in this area because obviously it's drawing a lot of attention. Some people are kind of driving around the block just to be seen, essentially. So really they were talking about safety, and he was saying they're making sure that everything is going to be secure. And he was also asked about if he believes that an unbiased jury can be selected. And he said he believes that is the case, that an unbiased jury will be present once the trial starts.
All right, Kailey Schuyler there live for us in Lower Manhattan. Kailey, thanks so much. We'll check in soon.
Thank you.